Hello, and welcome to the Main Meal Weight Management Support, where we help each other find the self esteem and the confidence to reach our weight goals by tapping into joy and living our best lives in every moment. So, recently I was interviewed by someone, and there was a question and answer period, and someone asked, "What do you do if you're at lunch with a friend who has a difficult relationship with food?" Those were her words. And you realize you've just said something diety. Do you stay quiet and pretend nothing happened? Do you apologize? What's the best way to handle this? And so I thought about, what I would like someone to do or to say if they recognize this. And I would like her to address it with me. I said, you don't need to lead with an apology necessarily. You don't know for a fact that your friend took offense, but you could say something like, I just realized that comment might have been a little insensitive. How did that land on you? How are you feeling right now about what I just said? And get the conversation going. They the person interviewing me said, "You don't think staying quiet?" I said, "Oh no. What's left unsaid is this human creates this fertile field of imagination, and when we go into imagination, it grows every single insecurity and self doubt and negative thing we ever have thought of or could think. That fertile ground for imagination never feels good. So, absolutely don't leave things unsaid." And when I was thinking about this, I was thinking about this person who recognizes that her friend might have been triggered. Her friend might have felt bad about the comment she made. What a great friend is that? Don't we, as people who are sensitive about our bodies and about weight, really just want to be heard? Don't we want to feel acknowledged? Don't we want to feel understood? And hear somebody who's willing to have the conversation. I think if this person who asked the question opened up that conversation with her friend, that would be a really brave thing to do. And on the other side of it, as the person who might have been triggered, am I ready to have that conversation? Am I ready to open up and talk to this person about it? And I want to be. I absolutely want to be ready to have that conversation. I don't think I've always been in my life. I think there are times when, if I'm been triggered or I'm feeling hurt, my first instinct is to shut down and say nothing. And guess what that leaves? A lot of things unsaid. It leaves my friend's mind to go down the fertile field of imagination. Oh my gosh, I've hurt her. I'll never know what to say around her. I won't know what to do with her. I don't know how to be friends with her. So I want to have the conversation. And if that means I have to be ready ahead of time, maybe I just take a deep breath and open up that gap between stimulus and response. Maybe I even have a phrase like, that did hurt a little bit. Just give me a moment. Or, let me think for a minute before I respond to you. Just give yourself a moment to understand that this person is coming to you with genuine care, genuine concern, ready to hear you and ready to understand you. And how great is that? You know, there's even a third aspect to this. Would I be ready if my friend didn't notice what she said to open up the conversation and say, "Hey, that was not the best remark you could have made to me"? Am I willing to say the things that in the past I would leave unsaid? These are all big questions. These are big questions this week. Lots of things to think about. And yet, if we're going to connect, if we are going to build connections and relationships where we accept each other and where we want to be accepted, we need to accept other people also for their insensitivity, for their lack of awareness of how a comment might land on us. We need to build those bridges of acceptance as well as anyone else needs to build them with us. So, what is left unsaid in your world? Where are the opportunities to speak up without anger, without aggression, without confrontation? Where are the opportunities that we each have to speak up, to ask the question instead of leaving it unsaid? So take that into your week. Join me every Wednesday around 10:30 Pacific time. Remember, the important word in the main meal weight management support is support. No matter what changes we're making to our lives, it's a game of solitaire, but it should never be played alone. We're in this together. See you next week.